Hey, what is going on, everyone? This is Lunatic, and this is a 101 kill game with the FAD double MOAB. It's also a triple fail on my part. The game ends while I was on a 22 streak, 2 off the triple MOAB, and the game ended because I guess I wasn't aggressive enough. I thought I had more time than I did to get the third MOAB, but the game just flew by, and I don't know. The game ended. I was on a 22 streak, so 2 off the triple MOAB, but 101 kills with specialist, double MOAB using the FAD silencer and extended mags. My perks were scavenger, hardline, and stalker, and then specialist unlocks were assassin, sleight of hand, and marksman. I like to use marksman because I can shoot through the tree like I am right now in resistance. They can't see you, but you can see them. It's a pretty good tactic to use if you want to get rack up some easy kills like this. I do have the 119 kill game with assault with the FAD on interchange. I will leave that as a link in the description or an annotation on the top left of the video. But you know, pretty good gameplay. I got this, you know, in my live stream. I'm pretty sure it was in my live stream, and it's like I said, pretty good gameplay. Not a ACR gameplay, and rocking that classic camo as always. But anyway, this is going to be episode 1, the first episode of my Medal of Honor series I'm doing. And honestly, I could continue this series forever, like until the end of Black Ops 2 if I wanted to, because there's a lot of Medal of Honor stories that a lot of people haven't heard. So anyway, this is going to be the first one, and let's get right into it. Let me pull up the page real quick so I can read you guys the story. So this first one is going to be the Medal of Honor of Corporal Thomas W. Bennett from Morganton, West Virginia. He was a combat medic in the Army. His heroic activity occurred in 1969, February 9th to February 11th. Alright, so I'm going to read you guys the story now. The year was 1969, and Corporal Bennett found himself in Vietnam as the platoon medic for 2nd Platoon, Bravo Company, 1st Battalion of the 14th Infantry. Even though he was against the war, he wanted to serve his country and help his fellow citizens. This desire had led him to sign up as the Army medic, combat medic, and leave his hometown of Morganton to head off to war. On the 9th of February, Bennett's platoon was moving to assist their fellow soldiers from Delta Company, which had run into an ambush by the enemy and was under intense fire from every weapon known to man. Upon arriving at the firefight, the 3 point men in Bennett's platoon fell wounded from small arms fire. Immediately springing into action, Doc Bennett ran through a barrage of incoming fire to assist his brothers in arms, giving them life-saving aid as the enemy did all they could to take him out. Throughout the rest of the day and into the night, Bennett moved all over the battlefield from one soldier to the next, treating the wounded and providing comfort in the form of much-needed morphine. He even dragged the bodies of the fallen soldiers to safety, adhering to the military vow, never leave a fallen comrade. On the 11th, Bravo Company again moved to assault the enemy, who was dug into a well-fortified position, and fire rained down on them from the enemy with far superior numbers. Immediately, 5 members of the assault team fell wounded, and Doc hustled to their aid, disregarding the heavy fire falling all around him. He treated one of the wounded and then became aware of another far more seriously wounded man and attended to his aid. His position on the battlefield far forward of friendly forces. His fellow soldiers then stopped Bennett and told him that it was suicide, that he couldn't help that soldier, and to let him be. Doc was hearing none of this and leapt forward into action with complete disregard for his own safety to save his brother in arms. During this attempt, Bennett was mortally wounded, which means he got killed. For these incredible, selfless acts of heroism and for saving the lives of a dozen men, Corporal Thomas Doc Bennett was awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor. So yeah, that's a pretty kick-ass story. It's the first one I pulled up on a webpage. And you got to think, you got to put yourself in his shoes in that situation and try to think of, you know, what he was doing. He's in the jungle. It's hot. There's mosquitoes. there's, you know, you're sweaty and you're carrying all kinds of equipment. He's got a medic bag, and I've carried a medic bag before, and medic bags don't weigh, they're not light. They weigh a lot, like 60, 70, 80 pounds. If you have all your gear in there, your morphine, your bandages, and all that stuff, on top of your body armor, your helmet, your own weapon, and everything else. So you got to put yourself in the situation. He sees 3 guys fall down. He runs to them. He gives them aid, gives them morphine, fixes them up, puts bandages on them, whatever. Then throughout the rest of the day, runs around the entire battlefield, sweating his ass off with a heavy bag, and, you know, cleaning up blood. You know, there's probably death all around him. Of course, all of these guys didn't live. You know, and then he the day's over, and, you know, that would just be enough for me. After one day of all that, I'd be done. 2 days later, he does it again. 5 people fall wounded. You know, they could have been shot in the leg. They could have been shot in the head. It doesn't really say this in the story, but you can only imagine. So he treats them, and then he sees a guy way ahead of everybody else, out in the open, and he runs while being shot at to go save that guy, and then drags them all back to safety. Because, you know, what are the Army's mottos? It's never leave a fallen comrade. It's actually in the soldier's creed. You never leave somebody on the battlefield. And, you know, we have a couple cases that I'm going to leave that for an entire different commentary, where, you know, I actually wasn't there, but there was a guy, he was dead, but he was being surrounded. We didn't want his body to be captured by the enemy. So this one guy basically went and saved his body from being dragged away by himself. Like straight up Rambo badass type shit. But yeah, so this guy, he saw his guys, he drug them back to safety. He was trying to treat this one guy, and he got shot and killed. So obviously somebody else had to go save him as well. And like I said, the Medal of Honor is not one of those things you go into combat wanting to get, because somebody has to die or you have to die yourself, and usually it's both. But pretty cool story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you got any questions about this story or anything, you know, you can ask me any questions, Army related or whatever, and I'll be sure to ask them. Obviously, the one I get most is, have you killed anybody? Just don't even ask me that question. Seriously, it's not cool. I'm going to say yes, I've killed people. I went 101-4 in this game, so I killed 101 enemy in this game with the FAD assault rifle. Anyway, this gameplay's wrapping up. As you can see right here, I am kind of rushing, but not really rushing. I think I have more time than I do because I'm not paying attention to the score. I am on my 3rd streak, and I've got about 18 or 19 kills right now, and I'm trying to pick up the last few kills for the MOAB. I really thought I was going to get the triple this game, but unfortunately I did it. Anyway, drop a like. 101 kills with specialist, double MOAB, using the FAD assault rifle, and I'm out. Peace!
Electronics are down. Mission accomplished. Très bien.